the questions about contract formation is, well, doesn't it need to be in writing to be enforceable? And actually, most contracts don't need to be in writing in order to be enforceable. It would make it very difficult for us to function as a society if everything had to be in writing. So definitely, agreements that are oral are definitely valid. But there's some specific contracts in our business of real estate that need to be in writing in order to be enforceable. Not to be valid, but to be enforceable. And we get this under something called the Statute of Frauds. And this we actually inherit from England. A lot of our laws are actually come from English common law. But this concept that certain contracts or agreements need to be in writing, not to be valid, but in order to be enforceable. In order to be enforceable. The key distinction here is not that it's valid, but in order to be enforceable. The first example of a contract in our business that needs to be in writing in order to be enforceable is a listing agreement. You want to get paid, a listing agreement for real property. So if a seller hires you to sell their home and agrees to pay you a commission, and then they don't pay you, and you want to go after them for your commission, if you don't have it in writing, then the court may say, well, you can't enforce that commission agreement because it needs to be in writing in order to be enforceable. So very important to get your listing agreements in writing. Another type of contract that needs to be in writing in order to be enforceable according to the Statute of Frauds is a purchase contract for real property. Purchase contract for real property. Another agreement that needs to be in writing in order to be enforceable is if you're going to do a lease for more than 1 year. Now that doesn't mean you shouldn't have a lease agreement in writing if it's less than 1 year, but in the event that you do a lease for longer than 1 year and you need to enforce it, then it's going to need to be in writing. A couple other examples of agreements that need to be in writing that we should know for the state exam is assumption of another's debt. So if you're going to agree to take on someone else's debt, or someone else is going to agree to take on your debt, in order for that to be enforceable, it should be in writing. It should be in writing. Okay? So as we talk more about contracts, we'll say that certain ones need to be in writing in order to be enforceable according to the Statute of Frauds.